Good morning. Good morning, ladies. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. How are we? Woo. How are we this morning? How was your weekend? All right, so to move into today, let me know in the chat one word or an emoji or whatever you want of how was your weekend? Was it restful? Was it fun? Was it funny? What was it? I'm noticing, okay. Mr. Dave Marino is not going to be with us today because he is taking Nico on a little trip to get his visa. And I noticed he left a drawer open in the office. It's going to drive me crazy. So let me go turn it, let me go close it. Okay. All is well with the world. I can't be having an open office drawer. Tired. Your weekend, okay, so your weekend was tired or you're tired now? Does it say tired? Yeah, right? Rejuvenating, beautiful, very good. Okay, so how was your weekend? That's the first thing. And what is the intention for the week? Again, just one word, just really feel into allowing the weekend, the energy of the weekend, whatever you experienced during the weekend. I went in the ocean and got my hair wet for the first time this year. It's a big deal. It's a very big deal. It was freezing. It's not always cold here in the Outer Banks. Sometimes it's so warm, and depending on how the wind is blowing through the Gulf, it was freezing and it felt amazing. It felt amazing. So I would say refreshing. It's kind of a theme for the weekend. And what is it that you want to be intending for this week? Embodied, positivity, confidence. So busy for the weekend and tired now. And what would be your intention for the week, Kaya? Weekend was neutral and chill. Okay, very cool. Sad and lonely. Okay. And what do you want this week, Elaine? What's the intention for this week? Feel into that. So the opportunity is to feel into a little bit of a recognition and a closure from the weekend, right? Awareness of it. I would really encourage, if it's available, not from a place of force or push, if it's available, to feel into some celebration from the weekend. Something that you can feel, like really breathe in from the weekend, like, okay, I'm going to receive that. I'm going to receive that from the weekend. And then in activating your sense of receiving with your indie, really pour yourself into the week. As we know, there's really no present. There is only the present. There's no future or no past. There's really no past and no future. So although we're saying setting the intention for the week and really kind of pouring our energy into where we're going, it really is the opportunity to receive it now. So whatever you chose for the week, whatever it is you want to be experiencing this week, let's go ahead and close our eyes and feel that available to you right now. And as you slow down and as you let go of whatever might have been present before, however it was, right? If we honor the truth inside of the Course, there's no bad, there's no good, it's just whatever it was. Bringing it to completion with gratitude no matter what. And moving into the present. Connecting your indie femme type if you're aware of that inside of Elegant Femme. This bra is funny. It's cutting like right at my nipple. So very, very, very Elegant Femme. Okay. Back into receiving with your indie, although it never really leaves. Feeling your power of sensuality. Again, if you're an Elegant Femme, that is 3 to 4 fingertips below your belly button, just feeling that power source. And imagine yourself breathing into that space. And imagine yourself breathing in whatever it is you chose to experience during this week, and feel it now. Feel yourself breathing it in right here, right now. Allow it to travel up into your solar plexus, where your Frenchie resides, expanding that space to increase your capacity for joy, for pleasure, feeling congruent and in alignment with your body, with your relationships, with prioritizing you, and allowing that energy to move all the way up into your heart space, activating your New Yorker Femme type, allowing that which you chose to experience to be available for you. Allow it in. Ask for the support and assistance of your New Yorker to allow yourself to experience that inside the physical right here, right now. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel the warmth of that energy pouring over you. Feel the truth available to you. Feel the rest as you reside inside of it, knowing there is nothing you need to do to prove that you can have it. There's nothing you need to justify. Allow it. And if it serves you, and if it feels supportive, consider closing this portion as we move into the next lesson with an I am experiencing. I saw someone say confident. So maybe I am confident. I am experiencing confidence. I am easily and elegantly allowing myself to experience confidence. I am confident. I am. I am confident. Inside, some of you might not know this, inside of our first fashion line, our first fashion show and our first collection, I had I am beauty tags sewn into our garments on the inside, so only women could see it. So on the inside, it says I am beauty. So whatever it is you are desiring to experience this week, how does it feel to let it in now? And really feel it, right? We know a lot of people talk about, and it's powerful, of course, mantras and affirmations, and yet we rarely understand fully the power of the spoken word. We rarely do. And we know that it all begins with the thought, right? We know this, and we're going to talk more about it today in lesson 16. See if you can begin to connect today, right here, right now, the feeling you want to experience with the thought that coincides with that experience. And so as we move through this week, a fun thing, if you would choose to experience it with us, and you want to play with us inside this, is to remember each day, each moment, really, when it's available, what it is you're choosing to experience. And consider allowing the thoughts that are in congruence with that experience that you said you wanted. Yeah? How's this? How's this? Good morning. Good morning. We're going to start with this. All right. I didn't say good morning to everyone personally. Please let me do that. Good morning, Brenda, Karen, Elise, Kaya, Elaine, Ilona, Anne, Camille, Brenda, Daphne. Good morning. Good morning, Miranda. Let's see. Who else did I miss? Did I get everyone? Main Dance. Oh, I'm forgetting your name again. Will you please remind me your name again? Bettina. All right, how is this feeling as we move into the next lesson? How's that little opening? Does it feel in service? Are you vibing it? Are you in the groove of that? All right. And how are we feeling about the next lesson? Live it, love it, live it, love it, live it, love it, live it, love it. All right, so we ended. Oh, one more thing too as we move into today. How are we liking the integration weekends? If you want to share in the chat, you don't have to. I'm loving them. We're going to keep doing them. I love, love, love them. I'm so grateful to Dave for offering that. I really love that time for reflection. And again, as a reminder, you can utilize the weekend any way you want. You can choose to continue to move through the lessons at your own pace. If you wanted to move into lesson 16, 17, like it's perfect, whatever feels good to you. If you want to do any kind of review of the lessons with your book, or if you just want to be in a state of reviewing and integrating just naturally, right? Just the integration of it, right? I'm curious how you're all enjoying that experience and what might be of best service to you. And it might change. Not that you would change enjoying it, but that you might change like what you want on each given weekend. You might want to review, you might want to rest. Jennifer, that's right. Okay, Jennifer. Okay. I appreciate the integration. I appreciate the integration weekend so much. Okay, so good. So good. All right, so for today, we're moving into lesson 16. Are we ready? Breathing in and breathing out everything that has been available to you in the course up until this point. And also breathing in and breathing out any kind of place that might feel stuck, that might be grasping to want to understand, right? Again, course is very, very clear. You don't need to understand. And yet you might be starting to be like, like some of this is really landing in a new way. Any of you feeling different throughout the day? Have any of you noticed your internal response system be a little different? Anybody notice that? Have you noticed at all in times where you may be tempted to react in upset or an old default pattern, and an idea or a lesson from the course, it might be the one you're on, or it might be the day before or 10 days before, that comes up in your awareness? Has anyone had that internal response system that is riding on a different vibration that you're aware of? Let me know if you are having that. I got some beautiful DMs, some on Instagram on Friday. So I take off during the weekend. I take Instagram off my phone. I take my Voxer off my phone, and I take my email off my phone. So sometimes I do it a little early on Friday. Friday night, I went to bed at 6 o'clock on Friday. 6 or like 6:30. 6:30. I texted the boys. They weren't even home. I don't know where they were. And I just said, good night, boys. And I think Dom's response was, what the? What do you mean good night at 6:30? I needed it. I needed some rest. But let me know if you're experiencing some of that inside, because the DMs I got over the weekend, or not the weekend, Friday before I logged off for the weekend, some of you were sharing that you're starting to see you've had little light episodes. You're feeling different as you move through your day. There's just a different response available to you that was always there, but may have felt distant or not available in the past. Integrating is so important. I think it would be tough to do this every single day. It depends, right? It really depends, because as you start to relate to it as a space of relief and as a space of rest, it actually can become very beautiful to do it every day. It's up to you. This is why you totally have the option during the weekend if you want to continue. If it's feeling really yummy to you, you don't have to stop at all. You can if you want to, as form of integration, like whatever feels the best to you. Okay. I find it really gentle and compassionate, and I look forward to it every day. So see what feels best to you. Yes, I feel it. I'm more aware. This is strange for me because normally I'd be powering through it all. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Okay, so a shift, right? No need to power through it. No need to power through it. It's a gentle, beautiful, easy, compassionate, graceful experience. All right, lesson 16, excuse me. Let us move into today. Hi. I have no neutral thoughts. I have no neutral thoughts. The idea for today is a beginning step in dispelling the belief that your thoughts have no effect. You can be with that for a minute. A second. Everything you see is the result of your thoughts. Okay. Does it sound familiar? When you hear that, does it feel like a yeah, like I know this? I know that everything I see is a result of my thoughts. And in fact, I feel like we've been moving towards this a bit since the very beginning. We've even had that statement from the Course already. Right? Everything I see is a result of my thoughts. There is no exception to this fact. Thoughts are not big or little, powerful or weak. So we've had this theme before as well, where the Course is sharing, don't compartmentalize things. It's either this or it's this. It's either truth or it's an illusion. It's not big or little or powerful or weak or, right? When we've been moving through some of the other exercises, it's been very clear, don't leave anything out and don't specifically fall on one thing, right? Just treat everything as if it's the same. So this is a deepening of that concept. They are merely true or false. Those that are true create their own likeness. Those that are false make theirs. There is no more self-contradictory concept than that of idle thoughts. So there is no such thing as idle thoughts. What gives rise to the perception of a whole world can hardly be called idle. I remember reading that and I loved that and love that so much, considering that our thoughts have given rise to an entire world, that we have created the world we see from our thoughts. Every thought you have contributes to either truth or illusion. Either it extends the truth or it multiplies illusions. You can indeed multiply nothing, but you will not extend it by doing so. So the Course will begin to talk about, and it does talk about in some of the text, which some of you might at this point find really yummy. Trust yourself, right? There are different parts of the workbook. There's the teacher manual in the very back, which may call you. There's the text in the beginning, and the text does start to talk about the difference between fear and love, and that love can be extended. So the extension of it. So here it's saying you can indeed multiply nothing, but you will not extend it by doing so. So multiplying nothing does nothing, right? You can do that. Besides your recognizing that thoughts are never idle, salvation requires that you also recognize that every thought you have either brings peace or war, love or fear. Initially, this doesn't have to, but it can feel a little jarring or a little opening of awareness of that's how powerful I am. That every thought I have is either riding on one frequency or another. It's either riding on love, riding on fear, riding on peace, riding on war. And we can the ego can get very triggered with the idea of that, especially in utilizing the words of peace and war. I will share with you that it doesn't need to feel scary to consider it. Consider that the Course shares that the ego only rides on the energy of attack. That's all it does. That it's either in protection or attack mode. So from that vantage point, being able to see clearly that this is what the thoughts I'm creating inside are either riding on peace or war can bring a really potent clarity to how we're choosing to facilitate our experience. So we're having a big day today. A neutral result is impossible because a neutral thought is impossible. There is such a temptation to dismiss fear thoughts as unimportant, trivial, and not worth bothering about, that it is essential that you recognize them all as equally destructive, but equally unreal. Okay, let's just breathe into that. And again, my intention is to support you in activating your own internal teacher. And as we move through the lesson today, if any part is feeling like I have to understand this, what does this mean? What do you mean it's not real? What do you mean it can be destructive, but it's not real? I don't understand. Just breathing into, okay, my thoughts are creating what I see. And there are no neutral thoughts. My thoughts are either riding on the frequency of love or fear. And the Course is saying, even though fear isn't real, if we are choosing to vibrate on the frequency and believe that it is real, it will cause destructive thoughts, images, experiences. Okay? Even though it's not real, when we perceive that it is real, it's a part of our experience. Okay, you with me there? Okay. We will practice this idea in many forms before you really understand it. I encourage you to trust that. In applying the idea for today, search your mind for a minute or so with closed eyes and actively seek not to overlook any little thought that may tend to elude the search. This is quite difficult until you get used to it. So any tiny thought, you're like, oh, where's my toothbrush? Oh, did Dave put the cap back on the toothbrush? Oh, any little thought, okay? I think he did. I don't remember. You will find that it is still hard for you not to make artificial distinctions. Every thought that occurs to you, regardless of the qualities that you assign to it, is a suitable subject for applying today's idea. Any thought. In the practice periods, first repeat the ideas to yourself, and then as each one crosses your mind, hold it in your awareness while you tell yourself, this thought about Dave's toothbrush is not a neutral thought, for example. Okay, this thought about whatever disruption it might be happening in some part of the world is not a neutral thought. This thought about my finances is not a neutral thought. This thought about so-and-so is not a neutral thought. Okay, scan for a minute or so and then let yourself really identify, to the best of your ability, no stress, just easily the thoughts that are coming forward. This thought about blank is not a neutral thought. As usual, use today's idea whenever you are aware of particular thought that arouses uneasiness. So we have our practice periods, AM and PM, and then the opportunity, not obligation and not like a forced stress, an opportunity that as you move through your day to utilize the lesson for the day in any situation that brings up upset. So if you're moving through your day and something triggers you, someone says something that hurts you, that you feel the response is hurt inside of you, something happens, just to pause for a minute. This thought about blank is not a neutral thought. It would be really beautiful to consider as we're moving through this, to again, just consider, no force. Like you don't need to walk around your day like this. Okay, I'm going to respond that way. I'm going to respond that way. Okay, it's just see if it serves you and if it feels good. The following form is suggested for this purpose. Again, if something comes up during the day that makes you feel uneasy, activate some sort of upset. This thought about blank is not a neutral thought because I have no neutral thoughts. 4 or 5 practice periods are recommended if you find them relatively effortless. So bookends, as we always talk about, AM and PM. Add 2 to 3 more if you find them effortless. As you're moving through your day, pausing, letting your thoughts arise. Okay, the thought I have about that is not a neutral thought. The thought I have about that is not a neutral thought. Our mind, our ego mind goes into like, oh, this is crazy stuff. I cannot like stop throughout my day and be aware of my thoughts. It's crazy. I'm busy. I have stuff to do. And the truth inside is you are thinking anyway. Being aware that the thoughts that you are having are not neutral is an activation of power. So just consider how it might serve you. If strain is experienced, 3 will be enough. The length of the exercise period should also be reduced if there is discomfort. So recommendation, AM, PM, and 1 time during the day, 4 to 5 if it feels good to you. Lesson 16, I have no neutral thoughts. How is this, putting them back on so I can read the comments easy. How is this feeling inside? How are you responding to this? As we close, I want to see where everybody is today. Jennifer, I want to remember Jennifer. Okay. I need to stop pushing myself so hard. I feel deeply exhausted. Yeah, breathe into the compassion. And one of the things that really does serve those of you that are here that have had this experience, feel free to share. For me, what really supports me in letting go of any attachment to performance energy, because really, in my experience, performance energy is the most exhausting. The feeling like I can't slow down, I have to keep going, there's so much I have to do. Even though the idea in the mind is like, okay, I'm gonna get shit done, here we go, I'm gonna, it rides on scarcity. It rides on not enoughness. It rides on a sense of urgency that really does, in my experience, produce a ton of exhaustion and overwhelm. And a lot of us have been taught this way, that this is how you move through the world. If you're going to be successful, you've got to get stuff done. You've got to make it happen. It's up to you. It's so depleting. And I know it can feel really illogical to actually lean back and consider, hold on a minute. This way really isn't working. What if I slow down? What if I invite in grace? And what if I actually create a support structure for myself, which I share with you all. For me, my support structure is my Femme types that I connect with AM and PM in a really beautiful way. And Elaine, I know you won the Femme Flow List. I don't know if you've had an opportunity to activate it yet. My invitation for anyone starting out with a Femme Flow List is always to honor 14 days. 14 days no matter what. Not like, oh, I wonder today, or I left my Femme Flow List upstairs. Like, when we get it, a clear commitment of, okay, I'm in for 14 days completely. I'm going to do my AM and PM. It takes like 5 minutes. The whole thing takes like 5 minutes, like 2 minutes in the morning. It's a beautiful process that, again, sets us in the energy of receiving versus the energy of performance. We wake up, if we're not aware, we can very easily wake up and immediately slide into performance energy without even thinking about it. Checking our iPhone, who needs what from me? Oh, I'm already behind. Oh, what's on my to-do list, right? This performance, this depletion energy from the moment we wake up. Inside of Elegant Femme, we move into a completely different residence inside of ourselves. We start our day with our sense of receiving. I'm here to receive. I'm in control of my life. I'm in control of moving on the frequency, existing on the frequency, experiencing the frequency that is most supportive to me and my divine unfolding. Who do I desire to be today? And to feel that and to connect with that energy. What do I desire to enjoy today? If you haven't seen, I guess we can link it here. This could be really fun. If you haven't seen the Structure Your Day the Femme Type Way video, I did it like in 2000 and maybe 12, maybe 13, a long time ago when I was in Paris. And I can put that video up. That's a beautiful way that I share that I move through my day the Femme Type way. So moving from indie energy to Frenchy energy to New Yorker energy at the first part of the day, and then unwinding my day from Frenchy energy. It's from New Yorker energy to Frenchy energy to indie energy at the very end of the day. And it's so freaking yummy. I love it so much. It really is how I live my life. It really, really is. It's how I live. It's how I live. So this feels good. I understand it. And even if you don't, it's so good, right? You can say it's good without understanding, and you can say it's good if you like it's so good. Do I feel like a fuzzball? All right. I love this. It's clearing up some other questions I have had on the power behind my thoughts. Aha! Deeply resonates, Jacinda. So glad you're here. Jennifer, being aware that our thoughts is an activation of power is important to me now. And this is really a beautiful place to pour yourself into. right? If as you move through the day, you find yourself like, wow, okay, that was not a powerful thought. Like that thought is actually feeling like it's riding on fear. If you're having that awareness, you don't have to, but if you're having that awareness as you move through the day, consider like, okay, I'm going to choose a powerful thought. I'm going to choose one. It could be so simple, like I am always provided for. I am always safe. Everything is unfolding perfectly for me. I know this. I know that I know that I know that I know that I'm loved, that I am safe, that I am beautiful no matter what. You don't have to do that. That's a Tara edition. You don't have to do that for the course. Okay? Elaine, thank you, Tara, so much. I absolutely love every single thing you just said. It resonates so deeply. I'm going through a massive clearing process, letting go of so much past lives. I hear you. I hear you. Day 100 tomorrow. What do you mean day 100? Day 100. I hear you. Does this mean that I am the creator of my own reality? What do you feel? What do you feel? What resonates? What resonates? What resonates? Okay, ladies. Mondays are always so fun because I've missed you all over the weekend and I don't want to go. And yet, this does feel complete for today. I will be back, of course, tomorrow. Those of you that are joining inside of Live You Fully, we opened up our live call and have some announcements for you inside the membership area coming today for our summer glow up. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I have no neutral thoughts. Feel the power in that for you. Again, move through the exercise. There's sometimes a temptation to try to understand the exercise and apply like the back end of the exercise. Like, okay, if that was true, to move through the exercise, okay? Honor the exercise for yourself. That really is where the miracle energy happens. I will be back here tomorrow. I love you. It's so good to be with you again. I honestly, like, I was considering going with Dave to Washington, but it's like it's a long day. It's a long day. And Dave was like, well, you could move ACIM and I was like, yeah, no. I'm staying home today. I want to be with everybody today. I love it so much. I love it so much. So, so much. And this is really, for me, the beauty of us coming together. I'm here for me. I'm here for me. I'm here for me to embody, to remember, to activate the fullness of who I know myself to be and see that reflection in all of you. It's really gorgeous. I saw a comment on the YouTube. I did a video, I don't know how many years ago this one was. It wasn't recent for sure. It was maybe 2016 when I was doing the 40 Days of Gratitude. And a woman commented and said, I just saw this video and I don't know what happened. I watched this and I started crying. And by the end of the video, I started to love myself. That's a miracle. That's a miracle. That is a miracle. Riding on the vibration and frequency of love as we move through the world and reflecting to others that that's available to them too, that's the miracle. Yeah, that's a miracle. So go forward, have a happy day, a joyful day, a peaceful day, a beautiful day, whatever it is that serves you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah! Love you all so much. Grazie mille, bellissima. Grazie a te. Grazie a te. Aww. Letting go of all the stuff. Baci, baci, baci. Bisous tout le monde. À domani, à demain. I'll see you tomorrow.